May I ask a question? Unfortunately, things got so far ahead. If you guys don't mind, I'd like to take something back to something someone said to Peripheral that was really odd for me. He was pointing out very clearly that Christians are called to love folks and everything. But he did point out something. This was about, I don't know, 8 minutes ago, but it was so hard to get the hell in there in this room. You know how it is. Somebody called him a bigot because he said he didn't want a dick in his butt.
That's not what he said. That's not what he said.
What I don't understand is
that someone,
if a homosexual...
That's not what I said,
Okay,
Brad.
It's beautiful, wonderful, perhaps
Well,
it was
then,
somebody else.
You're misrepresenting somebody. That's not cool.
I heard someone refer to him.
Nobody was talking about dicks in the butt except Nadia.
My point, or are you too bigoted to let me talk?
That's not what he said, though.
Okay, but we do hear this kind of crap, though, and stuff.
No, we don't.
Like
Can you correct yourself, Brad?
Can you describe for me what it is you heard? I could have swore you had said something.
I don't want Star Splitter's position to be misrepresented. The context that he gave was that because I hold to the position that homosexuality is a sin, that is essentially what makes me a bigot, if I heard him correctly.
It was that my definition of bigotry includes basically any ascribement towards a group of people which denounces them or says that there's something wrong with them or that they are less based on an inherent thing about them. Yeah.
But I don't hold to that position.
That still goes with what I'm saying, though. Still, the point is that if a homosexual says that I'm not into straight sex, that doesn't make them a bigot, does it?
No, but they don't hate.
No, because they're not saying that straight people are weird for it, or straight people are sinful for doing it.
There you go. Gay people don't go around.
What's wrong with that? What is wrong with someone saying that sometimes straight people do unusual stuff? I don't get the problem.
No.
Oh my God, this is okay. Right, there's a difference in saying like, for instance, sometimes black people do weird things, and saying black people are weird.
No,
that is kind of a...
saying no. Wait,
if somebody says Brad Keen's a white guy and he's weird, so what? Who cares? I am weird.
Okay, that's precisely like saying I hate some black people and saying, like, I hate black people, right? There's a difference there.
We live in a world full of hateful people. What's your point?
Sure, and I think you're one of them, and you're defending them. So I don't, sure, we live in a world full of hateful people. That doesn't mean that, like...
Well, hold on. If Christians don't ascribe hate to the person, only the activity of sin, for example, right?
Right, and I think that's a lot like saying that I'm okay with black people, I just hate when they act ghetto. Or act like an N-word.
I don't understand. I guess I'm not really correlation.
It'd be like saying it's like when people say, and I'm gonna use the word, so if anyone doesn't care, you can speak up right now. It's like people who would say, like, black people are okay, but I just don't like black people who act like niggers. Right? Do you understand the point there? It's not saying that all black people are terrible, but some black people act terrible.
Did he really need to go that far with it? He had to say
yes, Brett, I did, because it's not getting through your head.
I'll leave it up to an atheist to get controversial. Be right back.
Okay, right, no, that is, oh my God, way to poison the rod, Brett. Right, so the reason I said that is because it's a relatable experience of people saying that, well, no, look, it's not that I hate all black people. And instead, you throw on a facade of saying it's just, black people who act in certain ways. I just don't like the way they act.
I just want to point something out real quick, because I think a lot of this conversation is talking past each other. Because from the point of view of Christian, homosexuality is a sin. It's not anything different from any other sin. But in the secular world, you gotta turn up your mic a little bit. In the secular world, right, homosexuality is a natural thing. So it's not anything seen as an activity. It's seen more as being born, like how someone's born black or someone's born Chinese. Right. There's not much choice involved. So to ostracize them for that it
No,
would
it's-
make you. It'd make you.
First off, I'm
You
not
just said it. That we don't
ostracizing.
ostracize anybody. We're not ostracizing them.
No one
But they are
Below
ostracized.
them.
Now. Gay people are ostracized. It's quite obvious. They're
Yeah,
ostracized.
but
in the same
they're
way.
attacked by people from all camps, not just a Christian.
I'm not-
faith.
I'm not
There's
blaming-
bad
I'm not
Christians out
blaming
there. There's
religion
bad
here.
atheists out there that attack
That's
gay
fine.
people.
But my point is that it's a bigoted view, no matter what your justification. That's the
From our
point.
perspective, right? Because bigotry is sort of an irrational or on unfair intolerance of something,
Right.
So from our perspective, your position is irrational. It is not justified because you're saying it's a sin because God says so. And we go, well, so what? That's a stupid reason. That's like saying slavery is okay because God says so. That is how it is from our perspective. Therefore, from our perspective, it's bigoted. You think it's justified. Because God says so.
I wouldn't even say it's only from an illogical point of view. It's something that you have to take it
Yeah,
on, like if you say that you have to take a religion on faith, then you are presupposing there's faith, and therefore with it you're presupposing
Not true.
come to the faith. So
That's
then
not true.
careful, I'm not talking about you then. I'm talking about people who say that they have to come through religion by faith. But so it'd be like just saying that to racist people, right? We might say that they're wrong in having this inherent idea of black people being less than other people. You could say that, well, racists believe that all races are different and they're all unique in and of themselves, and they don't think that they're special and that they're the best.
Yeah, but Christians
but
don't
they
view
do
gay
rank other
people as
people
being
lower,
less of
right?
people, like what you're the same context you're ascribing to black folks, for example, for someone who's racist. They actually like let's say Darwin himself. He thought that black people were less than white people in the sense in biological terms. And then there's racist people who think that black people are less than the great white race. What Christians are not saying is that homosexuals are somehow less than Christians. We're not saying that. That's not what we're
inherently
saying.
wrong with them.
Can I just say?
There's something inherently wrong with them.
The problem,
This is like saying that black people aren't the only terrible people. I also don't like white rednecks.
Well, no. Here's the thing. The thing that we're saying is wrong with those that embrace homosexuality affects not just them, though. It's not unique to homosexuals.
I understand that. Just
it's encompassing of the entire human race.
As much as they don't like rednecks, it's not inherently about race.
Well, yeah, it is. I mean,
no,
that's
they also hate white rednecks. Everybody has a little bit bad of them.
I just don't see how. I mean, essentially, if what you're saying
is no, that's precisely the point. People who are bigoted really don't see the other people's point of view.
I'm sorry?
That is precisely the point that you don't understand, because you want to special plead in your case. Every person who so for instance, a Japanese person who would think that Chinamen are less superior compared to their race. Completely rational, and they'll make justifications and apologetics for it. But then once somebody says that all Asians are tribal, then all of a sudden they don't understand it, and it's irrational.
I've noticed that. That's actually a good point, Star. I've noticed that that's what people do.
Right. There's always going to be a disagreement.
It's so weird that people do that. It's like
there's always going to be
a racist and a segregation type person in a little small area where it affects you. But then when other people want to broaden that view, it's all of a sudden I don't get their point of view. I've noticed that, and it's kind of weird.
I'm not racist, but everybody on welfare is stealing my money, like that kind of thing.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, that's not a true statement either, though.
Right.
No, but people hold these kinds of contradictory views all the time, and it's quite strange to me. It's like the people that don't support abortion, but at the same time they're not willing to help single mothers with welfare. You want to force them to have kids, but you don't want to help them raise them, right? It's kind of something like that. Like, it doesn't really make too much sense, and it comes from a weird place.
Stop using your brain. Stop using your brain.
Okay, stop thinking.
That's like there's a picture on the internet of a guy camping out outside of an anti-abortion rally or something with a sign that says "former fetus."
Christians persecuted.
I would love to know that.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yes.
please
How are
tell
you?
me.
How
I
have
mean, are
you
you not paying
succeeded
attention
in
to
your
what's going
life?
on in the Middle East right now? You guys are talking about, like, from the United States perspective, this is a predominantly Christian country. At least it was. It's moving away from that, and I understand.
It's actually, I'm pretty sure that throughout history it's been majorly Catholic.
I'm back.
Let's change topic.
Peripheral, I was wondering if you had pointed out earlier, I'd heard you guys in a deep discussion about prophecies. Did you point out the
Jesus,
prophecy
Brent, we're on topic.
Well, I just want to. You guys, you made it hard because you wouldn't allow anybody else to speak, and I was wanting to know if I could ask him about something because he's good with
I
this.
chat for a reason.
So, Peripheral, did you mention the prophecy that we actually observe even today, right before us, and which is obvious that it's going to be?
Are you saying we?
today?
You're not a Christian.
Oh yeah, one of the things
You're not a
that the
Christian.
Bible, I'm a theist. One of the things
Right,
the
so
Bible
you're not a
does.
Christian.
Hello, are you going to let me talk,
Not a
or is
Christian.
it just is it you?
Let
that-
him talk, please.
Why would
You're
you
not
say
a
we?
Christian.
You're not a
Just let
Christian.
him get his point out. Just let him get his point
Hey,
out.
Well,
five people talking at
the
once.
Bible tells us that non-believers and
Doesn't tell you.
mockers are going to continue to ride Christianity all the way to the bitter end, and that seems to be the case right before my very eyes.
Hey, Brett, why are you quoting the Bible since you say you're not a Christian?
Oh,
Yeah,
Art,
he doesn't-
are we
he
going to
can't
go
interpret-
through this again?
You
Here
can't
we
interpret
go.
the Bible correctly.
Change the subject.
Just
And
leave
I
it.
noticed that you didn't.
It's just that whenever someone brings the Bible to you, you're like,
That is a good
"Oh,
question.
I'm not a Christian." You, whoa.
That is a
Way
good
to
question.
completely go off.
Brett, you
like,
can't-
that's
you
like me
can't actually
quoting,
understand
that's like me
that.
quoting and backing the Quran and then going, but I'm not a Muslim.
Okay, so you do agree though that when the Bible says that there's going to be scoffing and mocking and godless and
You're
those
misinterpreting that.
who hate
context.
God and hate Christians and
You
all
don't
that.
understand the context of that.
You're not using proper eisegesis.
Well, I mean,
Only
first
Christians
of all,
can understand
Christ
that, Brett.
promises. Hang on, guys. Christ promises that as Christians we'll be hated for Christ's name, and
Yeah.
we understand that. We get that. That's nothing's
we
changed
get
in
it as
2,000
well.
years.
Exactly.
An asshole.
Everybody-
Get treated like an asshole.
Look at all this hate
It's
you're
not
getting.
amazing, dude. That's like, dude, I'm gonna say
You guys are like, you guys basically don't want us to be Christians.
No.
I predict Christians aren't going to like atheists.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I have a specific prediction right now. I will predict that you will not agree with my statement in the future. Brett, you suck. Do you agree?
I'm here.
Well, I was curious because I was watching outside the broadcast for a while, and I noticed that you were having an extremely difficult time getting in there communicating. I was hoping to be able to hear more of yourself in your own room every once in a while if Star is going to allow that.
Yeah,
Or
yes,
Brett.
Naughty Willie.
Or
Would you be able
peripheral.
to talk for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Was
That'd be great. No
Well,
problem,
Star,
Nadia.
sometimes individuals want to hear more than just your nonsense
Hang on, Brett.
voice. You're
That's not it.
just going on and on and on as though you have something valuable.
Brett, would you
I'd like
please
to hear
allow
that.
Nadia to
This
talk?
is Nadia's
Now,
this is Nadia's room. I'd like to actually hear her talk every once in a
Nadia,
while.
please go
Shut
ahead and
up.
talk.
Not you and your.
I can tell you my sort of ideas on the
These atheists.
basically,